character's still good, just not quite as good as they were initially.
Oh, and we're getting the immediate swap or the preemptive swap from Mr.R, digging into that character pool and starting off with the Snake, where if you're looking at his roster of characters between Chrom and Sheik and Young Link, I guess, is Snake absolutely does the best of the three. These of his four, these tilts are so abusive. If you play it slow and then force NaetorU to rely on Thunder Jolt for neutral, then that's just, you're basically like you're winning interactions just by being in control of the pace of the game, which Snake already does very well with these grenade pulls coming out frame one.
But then again, NaetorU is starting to take some tempo back themselves and is actually going for trades on purpose to get a lot of percentage on Mr.R this early. But then again, caught between two mortars and a hard place. And gonna be living, all things considered, as well. You are Pichu. You are the latest character in the game. That was some very good DI from NaetorU. And I think they were trying to bait out the C4 a second ago. Mr.R will not fight. And that up tilt that comes out so fast, it is so big, is going to be taking that first stock.
Yeah, speaking of baits right there, these down tilts on the ground is going to be so good against a smaller character like Pichu. Even the size of those ears can't escape if your opponent is on the floor sweeping at you. And if you're trying to jump out of shield and apply some pressure with that back air, no way. The up tilt frame 7 comes out with an explosive punch on the lightest character in the game. Pichu's only a baby, and they're gonna need to find an adult real quick, given how much punishment Snake puts out so reliably.
Yeah, and NaetorU tends to mash a little bit in neutral, trying to catch Mr.R where they could potentially be. And I really like that coverage. Really good catch on the air dodge with that forward tilt. Looking like ultimate patch 1 forward tilt here. And it's going to be taking that stock. NaetorU not out of this yet. One good advantage state from them, and they could potentially find themselves in an even game scenario. But they're doing a very good job of mitigating the percentage a little bit, being elusive, not taking too much percentage here, not taking any unnecessary hits, and getting a lot better at avoiding those grenades as the match goes on.
Yeah, NaetorU is going for the I guess the overly abundant approach, right? Just seeing, you're going to die early anyway, so you're going to be throwing out a lot of these T-Jolts, a lot of these electric moves to see how much damage you can get off of any individual interaction. And there is the up air into the back air, but not going to find the reset on the platform. But instead, just going for the Thunder to try and snipe off the top. I love that NaetorU has been going for just hyper offense and seeing how much they can get on Mr.R when they put them in disadvantage. And there is the closer with that down air. Mr.R getting greedy, trying to top onto the stage with a grenade to cover his low recovery. NaetorU blows right by that.
Yeah, man, NaetorU, really good stuff there. Had them down low, and being down low against Pichu or Pikachu is not where you want to be a Snake. That down air spike that is new to Ultimate is such a devastating option, and NaetorU is showing off in a big way there. But Mr.R not going to be going for the up air. That probably would have been the game had it happened. And I think NaetorU is going to be using that in a big way. Going up high. The grenade trade on the Thunder is coming out. And right now, looking for a jab block. Anything here. Look out for those up tilts, though. Jab block. F smash. Is that kill? It is. NaetorU winning that one by the skin of their teeth. After losing their first stock first, is able to edge out Mr.R in that one. Really solid play, and Mr.R needs to go back to the drawing board after that one.
It was looking so good, but then NaetorU shifted. Like something clicked in his head of how to get these offensive trains moving, and it all started with those Thunder Jolts. Thunder Jolt into Nair, tried to retech in, reset it, and try again. That raw, strong Nair out of shield sets up the same kind of spot, and NaetorU closing out with a Pichu's forward smash is such a house when you find it to connect, and it's always going to hit on these jab lock setups. As we're getting right into game 2, same stage, same characters, Mr.R trying to shore up their game plan a little bit more, especially with that high recovery, not even dealing with the low setup, and give NaetorU even more momentum.
Yeah, NaetorU opting for a very mid-range offensive game at this time around, going for T-Jolt shenanigans, trying to catch Mr.R out of the air, and all the while avoiding these grenades. At the start of last match, NaetorU was getting clipped by these grenades frequently. Now, they seem like they are completely dictating the tempo of the match. Looking for an early up smash, getting a lot of charge on it as well, but Mr. R is going to get the shield up just in time. And now this is where things get a little bit scary. Mr. R hanging out in shield again, still not going for that up air. I think they need to start biting on those a little bit because cheesing out an early stock is definitely a big attribute that Snake can do off of those grenade setups.
And look at the experience that comes in a matchup like this. Get up attack through the up smash setups while still having enough time to pull up and block. There's so much good stuff that NaetorU was doing, but Mr.R playing around T-Joint's that much better and finding the up tilt afterwards as NaetorU looked for a
Oh,
starter. Look at the pressure that's able to put on, blowing back that shield in order to get a shield poke off the back air, but
okay,
not
nice.
drifting forward with the down air and gets up smash punished for it. That was so good. So much good stuff from Mr.R trying to set up and trying to extend this lead on a Pichu that is very, very explosive, as NaetorU has proven. Not quite yet, though, as things are starting to snowball rather quickly.
Yeah, and right now, Mr.R starting to pull a little bit more grenades on those platforms, making it difficult for NaetorU to get those platform setups that they were getting so consistently before with those lingering hitboxes like back air and such. Roll from ledge not going to be enough to avoid the mortars. Really good T-Jolt though, and they're going to grab. They're not going to throw in time, and Mr.R going to mash out of those pummels, and the mortar's going to come out. NaetorU in a bad way right now, but then again, we saw a comeback victory in match one from NaetorU. They can do it again, especially if they avoid these grenades and don't take any unnecessary trades.
Yeah, it's wondering how many times NaetorU has those kind of comebacks in the tank, because those are setups where they work great when you are able to lead off with them and catch players by surprise, but it really seems like Mr.R has been playing much more firmly around these landing nairs in this game 2 than he was in game 1, forcing NaetorU to look for back airs and to look for roll reads, which he almost finds with that forward smash, but not yet. And we're back at ledge. And if you're
Oh,
trying to delay your recovery or your get up option, then Snake is gonna punish that for you too.
yeah. In that situation, NaetorU was kind of screwed on all aspects. We're going to see the replay of that here again. Because whenever you have Snake at ledge, you kind of want to get back to stage as quickly as you possibly can so they can't set up mortars or go for a Nikita or anything. But the problem here, the trade-off, is that if you get back to ledge quickly, you have fewer iframes. The iframes were gone right there. NaetorU needed to do something at that specific moment, and they just couldn't. They just didn't have the ability to. And one mortar was all it took, and now we see Mr.R Snake starting to get some momentum on the board. I don't think there's a counter pick. I think they're gonna go right back to PS2. Never mind, they're gonna go to FD Megalovania playing in the background. Perfect prelude for this match, and already two up tilts to start things off. Mr.R starting to feel himself.
That's a hell of a starter. Not only with two up tilts coming out, but also on a roll read in. The down airs coming on the tech chase. Great pullback from NaetorU, though, getting the jump from ledge and drifting away in order to find a T-Jolt afterwards. That's a quick 69%. And climbing, getting the tech chase on Nair,
Oh
finding the tech roll
yes.
in with the grab. Up, is he going to go for the thunder on the air dodge? No, he's looking for just
Oh,
the... He's looking for the back airs, looking for some consistency, not trying to go all in just yet, because if you go all in on the wrong spot, then Snake is going to make you pay for it.
right. I do really like the fact that NaetorU was like, okay, I'm going to make it look like I go for a Thunder. I'm not actually going to go for said Thunder, though. Instead, I'm going to go for a back air and see if I can hit you. And then again, up throw into the down B, the Thunder coming down from the sky. Big stuff there for NaetorU. And they are in the lead here. This is the first time NaetorU's had an early lead in either of those two matches, or either of these three matches. But then again, Mr.R, tit for tat, going to answer right back here with that F tilt to take the stock. And I love the holding shield from NaetorU, recognizing that the grenade was there for Mr.R. NaetorU started to play really fast, really strong offense right now, Ubel.
Yeah, it's been all NaetorU on this stage for a good reason. We're getting to see a lot of the similarities and even some of the differences in a matchup like this from Pichu to Pikachu. For instance, Pikachu doesn't get hit by down throw F tilt, but the down throw thunder that Pichu showed off, true combo without a down. It's the trade offs and the catch 22s of playing an even more glass cannon. But
Yeah.
right now, NaetorU is all cannon and not nearly as much glass, sitting at 69% and climbing with the electricity. But that down throw, could it lead to much? It leads to a regrab,
Oh, yup.
but just
Okay,
missing.
good stuff. Yeah, NaetorU, really good recognition there. This entire set off of down throw, NaetorU's been going for the get up attacks there, and it's caught Mr.R once or twice, but Mr.R is now starting to read it, and now NaetorU is being a little bit more ambiguous with what option they're going to do. Two rolls in opposite directions off of the down tilts since then, and they do have extra credit, if not very much, but it's still a bit of a lead. Those T-Jolts going to help a little bit there too, Uble.
Yeah, cover. You're already at 140. Why not throw them out, right? No amount of damage is gonna make you not die to that up tilt as Mr.R just throws it out as an anti-air. And we've got a very even game, but he dash attacks straight into that awaiting arms of NaetorU, who's looking to take this as far as possible. The grenade comes out to separate it, though.
Oh, he's looking for the spike too. Wasn't going to get it though. Great, well-timed air dash from Mr.R to get out of dodge like that, but a really strong advantage state. No jump on Snake is very, very bad. Tech chase.
No way.
Smash. Is that going to do it? It is. NaetorU takes it over Mr.R. The Snake was not strong enough. Snakes do eat rats in IRL, but in Smash Bros, the rats tear apart this Snake.
Wow, the transition on that final stock, able to cover, landing so well, missed the all-in on that down air, but never let it bother him, as yet again, NaetorU found so much advantage coming down with neutral air after a T-Jolt off this ledge, and that's why you remove platforms. This is why you go to a stage like Final Destination. Thunder Jolt becomes so much more oppressive on stage by trailing through it entirely with nothing to interrupt